What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is another podcast of Beyond Click and Cliff. This is a podcast where you do your work, your housework, you're building Lego, doing whatever you're doing out there. Just have me on in the background, and and uh, um, maybe I'll give you a smile, maybe frown, or even be upset at me. I don't know. And guys, I'm going to be talking on a subject today that that I don't usually talk about ever on this channel, and that is hate. Um, I think there's a difference and this is everything in my own opinion. This is, like I said, this podcast is about stories and what's going on in my mind and in my heart and all that stuff. And this is a subject that's been on my mind and heart for a while. And like I said, you know, this world, this is beyond the Lego journey that I'm on, that y'all been following me on this whole time. And like I said, I'm not gonna. I don't want this to be a negative video or podcast, but I do want to throw some ideas out there, and maybe we can make some of these ideas stick, because this is how I'm going to operate my life from this point forward. It could be wrong. It could be backwards, but in my mind, my heart, I feel this is what we should do. Now, every time I end the podcast, I try to be positive. I always say be somebody's light and somebody's darkest cloud. Pay it forward and treat others like how you want to be treated. Well, I fall short of that sometimes. I fall short of treating others like how I want to be treated. There is plenty of times you've seen it on this YouTube channel. You've seen it in real life. Sometimes I get carried away and not treat others like how I want to be treated, and I really got to change that. I'm not saying I'm malicious. I'm not saying that at all. Um, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not malicious at all. I know that. You can ask my friends, my real friends and family, that I'm willing to give a shirt off my back to anybody, and I'll do that still. But this world is so hateful. It it's not even it's not, and this is not politics. So this is not. I'm sure some of it is. As far as the hate goes, but I'm just kind of looking in the mirror and talking to myself on this podcast. Um, you know, I've tried to stay away from this, but it's been on my heart for a long time, and I just want to get it off my chest, and this is what this podcast has always been. But this world is full of hate. I see it on the interwebs. That people are just not happy nowhere. Only political thing I'll say, both sides of the fence, there's a lot of hate. And is that really what we want to live in? If it is, I want to be in a spaceship to another planet as soon as possible. There's a difference between hackling people, joking around with people, hey, you loser, or whatever. But and the other guy knows that you're joking, and he gives it back to you. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about of hate. Um, I do it with my friends, but what I'm talking about is hate, pure hate, calling people names. Is that going to help anything? Is that going to help? You call them names. You gonna call them names. You might feel better, but you're really turning another guy down. Instead, you should reach out, talk to him if possible. I know both sides got to be, able to talk to each other. But this world is full of hate, and it's crazy to me. When we should be getting along, trying to find a way to get on common ground and get along. And it just seems like here lately, it's just been crazy out there. The Lego community, as of today, has been pretty good. That we've been, yes, everybody has a difference in opinion. I'm not saying that, but the Lego community's been pretty good about sticking together, which is awesome. But there's no reason in the world to hate a person for religion, their views, political or not. Calling them names, is really gonna be proper? I mean, is it going to help anything? It might make you feel better, but it's not going to help at all. I've seen posts on Instagram that just craziness. I mean, it's like, dude, we're a Lego community that I'm in, and it's bleeding over to that. I've seen one post calling somebody a bigot, and it's just nonsense. Very nonsense. And I don't see it stopping. Me, Cliff and Cliff cannot get in front of that train and stop it. It's going to take a mass of us to do that. I don't know if it can be even done. But so, I'm telling you this. My life, I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't care what you believe. If you're religious or not religious. I don't care if you're black, white, pink, blue, purple, gray. I don't care. At the end of the day, we all bleed the same color. Um, and that's my view. Nobody's gonna change that view. I don't look at the color of your skin, ethnic that you are, or whatever, old, young, men or women. We all bleed red at the end of the day. We should be talking to one another, being nice, and treating others how you want to be treated. That's the first step, y'all. Just treat people with kindness and respect. You'll get it in return. Some people are not going to do that. Some people are just going to be set in their ways and they're going to just do what they do. But you don't have to be associated with that. You can step away from that. You can be nice. Instead of calling a guy an idiot, maybe say, well, maybe he thinks that way about me, and I don't like it. So I'm not going to say that to him. He won't say it to me. I understand not everybody's going to get along. Everybody's got a difference in opinion, and that's great. That's what makes this world go round. This is a way to have a conversation. Is difference in opinion. Your opinion and my opinion. If we all had the same opinion, this world would be boring. We wouldn't have nothing to talk about. We wouldn't have nothing to discuss. Somebody may like the Ninjago series. I may, and somebody may not. Gives them a conversation. Why don't you like it? Well, blah 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 blah, and vice versa. It's difference in opinions, okay, but let's not dagger the other person because they're not into it. Whatever it is, whatever the subject of the matter is, you don't have to rip them. You could always just listen to their point of view, their opinion, and they can hear yours, and then the conversation is there. And they both sides know how you feel, but you can do it in a nice manner. You don't have to belittle anybody. You don't have to be hateful about any of it. Now I know I did a stream here a while back, and things got carried away, and that's what caused me to feel this way. Um, we had a gentleman on the panel. And he's been, I'm not going to name names, but I had him on for a while. He's a great guy, good guy. He's very knowledgeable. And what I thought was we were just joking around. It wasn't really joking around. It turned into something, I never meant to go that way. So for that, I apologize for that to everybody. Um, Not what I intend to do on any of my streams. Any of them. I want my streams to be joyful and happy and get along with everybody. And that's what I'm going to do from now on. Um, so we're going to treat each other with respect and kindness. I am anyway. I can't speak. I can't make any of you guys change your ways. I can't make you be kind to people. I can't make you guys, you know. But for Click and Cliff, me, Clifford, I am going to do better of doing that. Like I said, this has been bothering me for a while, and I've been watching. I don't watch the news because always bad news happens, and this just bothered me. That there's a lot of people with hate out there for one individual or a group of individuals. There's no sense in it. There's no sense whatsoever. We may not agree with everything that somebody does, but I'm sure not going to sit there and put you down because of what you believe in, what you do. I'm not going to do that. I'm not the type of guy that's going to say anything. I'm going to treat you with respect and kindness, and we're going to go on from there. We may not be best friends. We may not even cross paths. But if you do, you can come up to me and I'm going to shake your hand and say, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm going to treat you with respect and kindness, how I want to be treated. I don't want nobody to go and say, "Well, that Cooking Cliff man, he's an asshole," or he's hateful. He's not a very nice guy, and I don't want to be known for that because that's not who I am. I am always wanted to be kindness and nice and be respectful and be respected. And that's how I was raised. I was raised to be respectful and courteous and kindness and all that stuff. And I want that to continue. If that makes any kind of sense at all. And I know this is not, it may have been everywhere. I mean, the community that I'm in, there ain't very much hate. There's a few circumstances that come where, yeah, maybe the hate word comes out, but usually we usually can pull together and help somebody out, and that's what I love about my community. I think my community is one, well, not the Lego communities I'm talking about. I know this is beyond Click and Cliff and Lego, but this part is true. The Lego community, what I've experienced, what I've seen, somebody's having a bad day, or some group, group is having, people reach out. Like the fires in California. I will only name drop I think I've ever done on this podcast would be that Cool Hand Luke. He did a 48-hour community live stream to raise money for the wildfire out there in California. And that, dude's got my respect. As a retired firefighter, um, that was a really honorable thing. And that's what I'm saying. And that's not the only time that's ever happened. I've seen people do charity streams. I've seen people help another person out because they were struggling and something happened. There was another YouTuber who lost all of his stuff in a fire, and people reached out and helped him recover some stuff. The community's and that's what I want to see everybody in this world do: reach out, help somebody. Don't kick them while they're down. When they're down, help pick them up. That's what should happen, in my opinion. I could talk all day about this, but come on. That's what I love about. But the world, other than that, the world out there can be hateful. Maybe not your neighbors. Your neighbors may be a good neighbor. But there's, people out there that may hate each other. And I just, we need to find common ground. Common ground. Y'all don't have to be best friends. You don't have to personally like each other. But at least be respectful. Don't have to call people names, take them down. There ain't no point in it. That's not even fun anymore to look at or watch. I will quickly unassociate myself with people like that I feel that are doing it maliciously or doing it intentionally. I'm not, people having little feuds. Okay, well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's pure hate. I don't want that in my life, and I'm not going to allow it anymore. Guys, I'm going to leave this with you today. Hope you enjoyed it, or at least let you feel what I'm doing. I hope it helped. Maybe one of these words or rambles that I did could help you guys. Or maybe you see what I'm talking about and want to join the cause. You want to be, nice and be respectful to other people and want to be treated the way you want to be treated. And we'll go from there. Like I said, this podcast was no way, shape, or form political or anything. It's just how I feel, what I see out my front door into the world, and there's just a lot of hate, and it really sucks. I want to be nice. I want to respect others, and that's the only thing message from this podcast is supposed to reach to y'all. Is treating others how you want to be treated. Easy. All right, guys. Like I said, be good to one another. Pay it forward. Be somebody's light in somebody's darkest cloud. A little hello could help brighten somebody's day. Treat others like how you want to be treated. Why I say it at the end of this podcast every week. Guys, open the door for somebody. Show some kindness. All right. Take care. See you on the next one.